Hello and welcome once again to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we are taking a look at the What If wave, specifically the Goliath figure. Now this is a character that we are going to see in the upcoming season 2 of What If, and so far we haven't seen anything about him. We haven't heard anything about him. We don't know even who is underneath the mask. Now obviously there's speculation that it's going to be the Bill Foster character that we saw in the Ant-Man films, but who knows, it could be Hank Pym, it could be Clint Barton for all we know, because he even took on the Goliath mantle for a very short stint. But one way or another, we are going to see Goliath in the upcoming What If. Now it's quite possible that it is going to be one of the other characters that has donned the persona of Goliath, because it's What If at the end of the day, so it might be something slightly different to what we've seen. But either way, it's always exciting to get a new character and a new figure. So this does come with the Hydra Stomper Build-A-Figure, so we'll have a look at that in a separate video, but we get an arm and a hand there. I'll put them aside, and as I said, we'll take a look at that in a different video. But let's have a look at the actual Goliath figure. Now it doesn't come with a huge amount, to be fair. It comes with the figure. There's no unmasked head, there's no alternate hands, there's no effect pieces or anything like that. It's a relatively okay figure, nothing special. It's a lot of kind of reused parts. There's a couple of new parts there as well, but it essentially is like one of the Ant-Man suits. It's made up of white, blue and black, got a clear visor. You can see the eyes underneath there, but you can't quite work out who it is underneath the mask. All in all, the costume's quite cool to look at. It's quite fun to look at. It's going to look very good on the screen. Can't wait to see the episode where Goliath is a part of that. It'll be interesting to see who he is and what they do with the character in the episode. Is he going to become the main kind of Ant-Man-esque kind of character in that What If episode? Who knows? One thing I will say is I'm a little bit disappointed that it's kind of pinned. There's a lot of pin parts here. There's nothing overly exciting about it. There's nothing to kind of write home about. I suppose a lot of people will be picking this up post the series going out if it's a particularly fun episode. But at the moment I can't see people running to go and get this one, because it's not a comic book accurate Goliath, so it doesn't fit in with your kind of comic book characters. It is very much based on the MCU look of that suit. What is exciting is that we haven't seen the Goliath suit yet in the MCU, so this is the first time that we're actually seeing any details of what that Goliath suit looks like. So there are some kind of benefits there, that this figure does kind of give us a little bit of a sneak peek as to what Goliath looks like in the MCU, even if it is only in the What If TV show. But yeah, as far as a figure goes, it's pretty basic. It's got all the articulation you would expect in the elbows and the knees and the waist and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to bore you with the details of the articulation. But the thing that does bother me is that there is a serious lack of accessories or alternate hands, etc. I mean, there isn't a huge amount they could do with a figure that changes size, because this is his standard kind of 6-inch version. And yeah, there's not a lot that you can do with that particular figure. There's no real kind of accessories that go with it. They could, I suppose, have given us kind of a miniature version, and then we could use this one and the smaller version. That would have been quite cool. Or even just kind of thrown in another accessory, like we got the Ant-Man head in a jar with, I think it was the Spider-Man figure last time in the last season. But they kind of threw in some extra accessories. It might have been nice to get some extra accessories with him, and maybe sort of a slightly different character or a slightly smaller character as an accessory, just to kind of flesh the pack out, but they didn't. If it is Bill Foster or William Foster, then a little bit of background into who he is. He was Hank Pym's assistant or co-lab partner. I can't remember whether he's assistant or a lab partner, but he basically worked with Hank Pym and used the same technology that Hank Pym did for the Ant-Man and the Giant Man costume to create, originally Black Goliath was the name, and then he became Giant Man, I think was the name he took on, and then later on he kind of came out of retirement and just had the name Goliath. So I think this is going to be a later in the career version of William Foster, if it is him, because the box does just say Goliath. So it was to do with the Civil War storyline that he came out. He came out and he joined up with Captain America when it came up to the anti-registration laws and everything. So yeah, I think it could be that version of him. Who knows? Anyway, do check out my channel for the rest of the wave. We're looking at those in 5-minute figure forms. And of course, do like, share, subscribe, and all of those things. All support channels very much appreciated. But there we go. Goliath from What If Series 2. See you soon.